I just use it for business purposes. It puts you in a more legitimate standpoint when you're reaching out to sponsors and
Right.
DMing folks on Twitter to get things done.
What's up, world? It's your girl Ambi, and welcome to Social Status and Media. Today we have another special guest, and we're here with Mr. Marco Pavé. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. So, Marco, on your website, in your bio, it says that you are an emerging hip hop artist, an activist, and also an art advocate. What do you feel like you've done to put yourself in all of those categories?
As far as on the music end, I've been doing music since I was 8 years old. So third grade in North Memphis, I've just been really on it and really decided to take it serious as a career. Once I graduated high school and really just started pursuing. 2014, I started my own label. I've put out 2 records. I've toured. I've been all over the country. I've interviewed on Beach One Radio with Ebro. Just a bunch of stats on the board. And as far as like activism, like I'm really deep into that. A lot of my friends are deeper than me, but like I support everything that they do. I'm showing up to protests when I can. I'm going to marches when I can. Really just relaying those messages and using platforms that I do get to talk about these issues. When I'm doing op-eds for Commercial Appeal or different stuff like that. So it's just a lot of different layers. And then on the arts advocacy side, I've done a TED talk about arts entrepreneurship and really just trying to get artists to see themselves as businesses and not just individual artists. So those things. A lot of it.
Well, you are a pretty interesting man because I've seen that you've also spoke at the University of Memphis. You also, like you said, you've done TED Talks, and you also did the River Kings tour. So how was it doing all of those things just to really show people the other side of you outside of music?
The TED Talk for sure, that was like super nerve-wracking because like you said, that's a different approach. Like when I write a rap, that's natural. They just come second nature. But getting up in front of 1,000 people telling your story, when you really get this 18-minute window, and you can't be up there like stuttering and stopping and trying to figure out your words. You got to be really on it. So that was super stressful trying to prepare for that, and get ready just to deliver it and not basically embarrass myself. Like,
but it helped you grow, though.
Yeah, it did. It really did. Like, so I'm like super confident in both realms now. I can go to a college class and speak without any fear. And then as far as the tour, like that just showed me that the world is just so big and so open and ready to take on artists. All you just gotta do is just get out there and grind and go do it. There's so many like-minded individuals across this country, and you can connect with all of them.
For the people that didn't know, it was a sold-out show, and it was over 300 people. And you also connected with Mr. Leon Griffin. How did you? How did you pull this string, man? Like, he's legendary.
That's my guy. That's my mentor, though. Like,
okay.
I reached out to him maybe like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. I saw his card on my desk. And I called him up one day, and then it was so crazy. He just answered the phone, was like, Marco, and I was like, this is weird. Like, how he already know? You know what I'm saying? Like, he already knew it was me. And so we just been chopping it up ever since. And he just like a super. He's an advocate for what we're doing. Like, he's an older guy, but he knows what it takes. He's seen the ropes, and he's not stuck in his old ways. He really wants to help some younger folks build and do some stuff. So
somebody good that you need to be around and learn from. Now, you've also gained recognition from the Memphis Flyer, and you've had articles written about you from MTV News. And your album that you did got 5 stars from the Memphis Flyer. How did you feel when you found that out? Like, 5 stars?
Yeah, I just found out about that joint, and I immediately was like, damn, I thought about Yo Gotti. It was the Yo Gotti song. Yeah, I was like, man.
I thought about that too.
So that was weird, but it was dope. I was just like, man, it's really tight that they respected it on that level. they had reviewed the album before it came out, when it did come out, and then just to see the follow-up, for just getting some hometown love was super tight. MTV News was just like mind-blowing.
Wow.
I'm still just like, taking that in and really just being
major.
Excited about that. It was a really long piece too. It wasn't like no 2-line type of deal. It was like they flew out. They sent Hanif out here to cover the story, and it was like real in-depth, really checking out what the city had to offer. So I'm forever ingratiated for that. Like,
yeah. Now, with you being verified on all of your social media, have you noticed a change in the way people interact with you?
Yeah, it's a noticeable interaction. I just use it for business purposes. It puts you in a more legitimate standpoint when you're reaching out to sponsors and DMing folks on Twitter to get things done. Folks take you more serious, but it's not a real, like, you don't get like tons of new fans or anything like that. It's just another level, another check on the things that you got to do as an artist. Like, honestly.
Now, how did you feel when you first seen like the check mark on your page, or did they notify you? How does that work?
So on Twitter, I submitted. You can submit yourself. You just gotta have like a list of things. You gotta have your own website. You gotta have been involved in media. So I use the Source magazine coverage. I use the TED Talk and just other stuff that I've done. And so now they like, okay, he's not only is he that real person? He's been verified by other reputable sources. Right. So now we can verify him. And then on Instagram, it just popped up, and I was like, "Whoa, that's super cool." I remember I was driving in the mall, and I looked at my phone. I was dropping my son off at daycare, and I was like, "Whoa!" I pulled over. It was just like,
let me take another look. Like, is this right?
So that was
is this my page?
Yeah, that was dope.
Now, when it comes to putting together music, what do you think is the most important part in putting together a song or album as a whole?
As far as the song, like
from beat making to lyric dropping, like what do you think is the foundation?
The beat, like first and foremost, and then after that, it's just up to the songwriter what inspiration did they got, or even if you're working with the producer, like what inspiration did the producer have when he made the track, or if you guys are coming up with something from scratch, like what's the purpose of it? Right. What are you trying to make? What are you trying to say with the record? What direction are you going in? So all of those things are within it. It's people don't. This might sound like weird or strange to folks, but these records have DNA, and if you are in a certain mood when you in the studio, that mood gets on the record. If you in the studio and you got folks with bad vibes, that's gonna be in your record.
You might have like a ratchet song or a violent song.
Yeah, exactly. Or just you might not. You might stop liking it sooner. A lot of hit records, people will be like, man, I really hate doing this song, performing this song like 5 years later, 10 years later, just because the vibe that was created when they made it.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. That's crazy. So who do you think is popping on the underground scene? Like somebody you need to watch out for that's probably competition.
I really, I don't even think about those levels. Like, for me, I'm in my own lane, but folks who really doing their thing that's really I'm proud of. Ricky Devane for sure. Godbody Jones, James Honest Casher, Hippie Soul. They just dropped the album. Man, it's a lot of folks that I don't.
It is a lot of people.
Too many.
Everybody doing their thing.
Yeah. But Italy Maciano for sure. She super tight.
Yeah, she's cool.
A lot of folks. So yeah.
Well, we do appreciate you for coming out and talking to us. Sure. Keep doing the good work, man. Keep putting out for Memphis and just keep showing the youth that there is a way. Yeah. So just tell our viewers where they can find you on all of your social media sites. Yeah, everything is on kingofmarco.com. Everything is King of Marco on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. King of Marco, KINGOFMARCO. All right, and guys, stay tuned to more details on his upcoming show in August at the, what lounge was it? High Tone. At the High Tone here in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm your girl, Ambi, and stay tuned to Social Status and Media. I wonder what they'll say when I die. Just know I try.